Do you think the people who are behind this heinous crime, they were trying to derail peace in the region?
Absolutely no doubt. And it's the same people and the same philosophy that fueled the Hamas attacks on October 7th, that derailed the peace process that was going on. I have no doubt it's the same mentality who actually brought in criminals, use of criminals to come in to a peaceful country like the UAE, to follow a 28-year-old rabbi, to monitor his movements, to go after him, to stop his car, kidnap him, slay him. I mean, what on earth for, other than it's really the evil, poisonous, and please God, together all the good people will make sure that their influence is minimal, that we prevail, that this region can advance as we dreamt it will under the Abrahamic Accords into a region of peace, where we always think about is where to educate our children and not where to bury our children.
Edwin Shuker, an Iraqi-Jewish businessman who lives between Dubai and London. I thank you so much for taking part in this interview.
Absolute pleasure, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to do so.
Mr. Edwin, my first question to you, as a Jewish businessman living in Dubai, are you concerned about your safety following the cowardly murder of Rabbi Zvi Kogan?
This was a complete and total shock to the system, to everyone of the Jewish community and of the non-Jewish. This sort of thing does not happen in the UAE. And I always was so proud to say that if you miss out, if you leave a mobile somewhere, 2 days later, they'll find it sitting in the same place and they'll bring it to you. When we heard it first, that the rabbi disappeared on Thursday, that on Sunday only they found the car and the body, and that the perpetrators have already left and escaped to somewhere else. It was quite honestly something that was almost traumatic. We still don't have the facts, but the Ministry of Interior declared that they arrested the perpetrators, which is a big thing. Then at least some semblance of normality is restored to us. But am I afraid about my own safety? Look, this is early days. I'd like to hear the investigation. I'd like to hear how could it happen. I'd like to hear where did these guys come from and how was it able to monitor the rabbi's movement, to pick him up, to choose him, to actually follow him, stop the car, abandon the car, take him with them, kidnap him, kill him, slay him, don't know what happened to the body. We want to hear more. The whole community is, yesterday, believe it or not, we had a session on trauma. People gathered together and we were talked to by a counselor. And many people, many adults, we were all adults, many of us broke down because we know the rabbi. We know he's 28 years old, a young man. Most of the day he spends in the supermarket, in the kosher supermarket. He's a very talkative, very friendly. You walk in and he always greets you. And sometimes he says, oh, this is a beautifully baked challah, please take it, and that sort of person he was.
Mr. Edwin, could you tell us how the authority is dealing with this matter? I mean, arresting 3 people has been very speedy. Have they given any indication, the background of the suspect, who they are, or what motivates them to commit this heinous crime?
Absolutely none so far. And that's what I said. I will reserve judgment until we hear from them. And it's very unusual. We have been feeling welcomed warmly. We have been feeling that our safety is the same as the safety of every citizen and every resident and every tourist. as paramount to the authorities. We've been given always guidelines. And after October 7, we were restricted with what we can and what we cannot do. And we have obeyed this with absolute, not a single word was murmured against any of these guidelines. On the contrary, we welcomed them and we accepted them as protection for ourselves. However, we were informed by a private security company about the end of September that there was a plot to kidnap, to kill, to attack hotels frequented by Israelis and by Jews. And as such, we expected the same information to be, obviously with the authorities as well. And so I can't tell you that we are very comfortable at the moment until we hear the investigation and the results of it, and we hear what went wrong in here. Because we totally and absolutely believe in the system that the UAE, we believe in the integrity. We believe in the diversity and inclusivity that is in the DNA of the citizens of the UAE. And it's not just these Jews and Christians and Buddhists and Hindus. Everybody gets his worship place as long as they abide by the law, and that's what we welcome and we love. And therefore, there is an obligation also that we get protected, and we will want to hear more, and we will want to hear it directly. I read today a statement issued by the UAE embassy in the USA, and it was absolutely brilliant. It was very calming and very reassuring, but we would like to hear it here in Dubai itself.
Following October 7 Hamas attack against unarmed Israeli civilians, we have seen a sharp rise worldwide against Jews, against Israeli. We have seen protests taking place in almost every city across the Western world.
Conditionally support the Palestinian resistance. Victory to the Intifada! Israel has no right to exist.
Have you personally experienced any Jewish hatred towards you in Dubai?
No, I have not seen any in the UAE. On the contrary, we have seen places of worship in Abu Dhabi, the Abrahamic family house, being promoted to all the Emirates, and us being welcomed to attend, and the whole thing is supported by the government of the Emirates of Abu Dhabi, and we even they provided accommodation for the high holidays, accommodation next to the place. However, for our protection, we were asked not to have any public events, advertised events, prayer in places, known places like hotels that we used to have. So all that stopped. And of course, the tourism has stopped. And so that suffered, people, restaurants and other things suffered. To tell you the truth, life as a Jew in the UAE is not the same after October 7 as before October 7. But to have, up to last week, I would have said it is safer than anywhere else and more secure than anywhere else in the whole world, including Israel and including Europe and including USA. And that's why this incident, this heinous crime, this vile anti-Semitic attack was an attack not just on the rabbi or the small Jewish community, it was an attack on the UAE and on what it stands for, a safe haven for all, a place to coexist. And I think they have taken it in the same way as I'm saying it, and they will investigate it for their sake as well as for our sake. And we wait for that investigation to happen, and we are going nowhere. We are residents in this hospitable country. We are here welcomed, and we are staying no matter what. And few terrorists or terrorist acts will not frighten us from staying and being loyal to this country and the people of this country.
You know, I went on social media this morning, and it's really saddening me to hear people saying that, you know, Dubai and United Arab Emirates, it's not a safe country for the Jews, because the authority in Emirates, they have gone to such an extent to promote peace, to promote coexistence between Arabs and Jews. Do you think the murder of the rabbi will have a far-reaching ramification on the relationship between Israel, between United Arab Emirates, between Jews and Emiratis?
Look, it's early days. And I would love to say to you that there will be no ramification and everything will go back to normal and we will all be going on our feeling as safe as we felt last week. But it is not the case. We want to know what went wrong.
Do you think this is a critical test for the resilience of the Abraham Accord? Mr. Edwin Shuker, I thank you so much for giving us this interview. Please stay safe, and I wish safety to you and all the Jewish community in United Arab Emirates. Thank you so much.
Thank you.